Here we are. Here we go. Super Talk 99.7 WTN, Matt Murphy and you. It is hour number 2. I apologize for being a little tardy getting into the top of the hour. I apologize to Ken Weaver. And most importantly, I apologize to all of you who come to expect the mellifluous tones of Kenneth Weaver at the top and bottom of every hour. And I make him late, and that's on me, and I apologize. I just want to apologize to everyone.
That's all right, Brother Murphy.
That's on me, Ken, and I'm going to try to do better. Every time, by the way, Cameron Smith is in studio with us, and every time you bring this in, for some reason, I think the top word on that, you bring that big old honking mug in. Hello, Cameron.
Yeah, I press the button sometimes. Yeah. It's my Youth Village's mug, yeah.
Yeah, for foster families.
Yes.
Well, for some reason, I see the top of that. It says mentor, but I only see the M-E-N-T, and I think it's going to say menthol.
Yes.
And I don't know why.
I drink menthol.
I don't know why. I feel like you're advertising for Newports.
Yes. I'm classy like that.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm great.
I haven't talked to you in forever.
I am rested after a vacation down 65 to Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And we inadvertently brought a hermit crab home. His name is Jeff. Yep. The boys, they picked up his shell because it was a big shell.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess.
Wait a minute. Hold on. They picked up a shell. Come on, man.
I know. They picked up the shell. They don't tell me these things. They just do them.
Leave only footprints, take only memories.
Yeah. So they smuggled the shell, and then it was in a plastic baggie on the countertop.
And then it started moving.
Big old hermit crab pressing his face up like, ah!
Cannot breathe.
Yeah, so he was named Jeff, and now the boys are trying to make sure Jeff has the high life.
Are they, how do you take care of a hermit crab?
It's a lot more complicated than I realized, but we have a new habitat. All this stuff is like Jeff, if he can just stay alive, he's going to have it made.
It's just a matter of
that part.
Just keep living. But, well,
Yeah.
you know what? I feel like we all got that, right?
Yeah.
If we can just stay alive.
Just a little longer.
We got it made.
Hold on, Jeff.
Hold on, Jeffrey. How did he get his name, Cameron?
Because my oldest was scared, like, just walking by, sees it, was like, Jeff's a pretty big hermit crab.
Yeah.
And because my son...
Wait, so he had stayed hidden in there the entire ride home?
Yes. And
as you would.
Then my oldest son, because there's that meme out there, my name is Jeff. And it's
yeah, my name is Jeff.
Yes, and the beast was like, well, then his name should be Jeff. Okay, great. And if I, just to all you parents out there in Radio Land, if I hear 6-7 one more time, I'm going to lose my mind.
It doesn't mean anything.
I know. That's why I'm going to lose my mind. They're just looking for opportunities to say 6-7, and it's killing me.
But it gives me, every time it comes up, a chance to tell the dad joke again.
Yeah, it does.
You know the dad joke?
No, I don't.
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Because 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean,
you told that joke yesterday.
You know, if you were actually listening about 10 seconds ago, you would have heard me say, I love it. I love it when people that aren't listening to the conversation horn in on the conversation. You know that? You know how much I love that? Well, because like 10 seconds ago, I said, it gives me a chance to tell this joke again. And I tell it every time this comes up.
He's a Tennessee fan. He's a little slow on the uptake.
Okay, you want to do this now?
Let's go. I'm salty.
You are. That everybody's like, he's got to calm it down today. He's getting a little wild.
I don't know. I'm grumpy because I'm sick.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You know, we had a nice all the best words though. I strongly encourage folks to listen or watch whenever you have availability. Go over to Super Talk 99.7 WTN, YouTube, and a lot of other platforms.
Well, I was hoping Jackson would make it pretty, but apparently he's not into that.
Mason's going to make it pretty.
That's what
Jackson, not so much.
Yeah,
Jackson's making other things pretty, like yours truly on this broadcast right now. Right, Jackson?
Oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing?
Mm-hmm.
I am not very good at my job.
Well, it's a tough canvas. It's a tough canvas to paint on. You know what I'm saying?
Don't find out about this.
This is you chose a rough. You know what a medium is. That art has a medium.
I thought a medium was somebody who talks to dead people.
True that. That's another version. Yeah, also a thing. But you picked a rough medium to do your art in.
You talk to dead people?
If you're dealing with this canvas. No, but I've seen that lady with the blonde hair that talks like a Yankee on TV. She talks to him. She talks to dead
Is that
folks.
the Long Island medium?
I believe that's correct. That would, you know what? If you don't watch that show, Jackson, right up your alley.
I don't watch that show.
By the way, ask Jackson if he did his homework and watched his movie.
Jackson, did you watch your movie?
I did watch my movie.
I watched my movie too, Jackson.
We'll get into that in the 6 o'clock hour.
The future of the Murphy movie mayhem survives. Because if we didn't do it by today, I feel like the bit would have just fallen apart.
Because then, if we watch it tonight and we got to talk about it on Thursday, we're getting a new movie on Friday.
Right, and it would, just kind of compounds on itself. Where do you want to go, Cameron? Lots of different ways.
There are so many options.
Let's start with a conversation that came up on All the Best Words. This issue involving these young Republicans in the Politico piece. Okay, so, it's a hit piece. Fair?
Yeah.
I imagine for the likes of Politico, it's a good hit.
Yeah.
Solid hit.
The future of the Republican Party loves Hitler.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
What do you make of it?
So, as I mentioned earlier, I have 5 developing young men in my care, and they are prone to test the bounds of what is appropriate. And I think it's important in these instances that when these things happen, that you call them out and say, look, this is inappropriate. We can't do that. And they deal with the consequences of their actions because it just sets a standard that we don't do that. That's not what we're about. That's not what the future of the GOP is about. We do not need to crucify them. We don't need to ruin their lives forever. But having consequences for dumb decisions is a reasonable thing. And you don't want to teach these folks that it's okay to say, well, I don't know. I apologize, but it may have been manipulated and it was taken under coercion. I'm like, no, just you said stupid stuff you shouldn't have said. You're trying to get shock value with your buddies.
Right.
And that is inappropriate, and you cannot and should not do that. Done.
100% agree. But what I do see a lot of, I see a lot of Republicans being asked about this by the mainstream media. And the Republicans are all saying the same thing, is that, yeah, it was stupid. Yeah, it was wrong. Yeah, these are young people that need to learn a lesson from this. But it doesn't seem to be enough for the people in the mainstream media. They seem to want more. They seem to want a pound of flesh that I don't know exactly what they want out of this story except to force Republicans to denounce.
You have to virtue signal harder, Matt. That's because here's a good example. In the sort of other situation with the sort of murder fantasies of the Virginia Attorney General candidate, was that Jay
Jones?
Jay Jones, yeah. The gubernatorial candidate has said, I denounce this. This is bad, but I'll leave it up to the voters. Like, okay, but like the idea here is, other folks have said, I think Tim Kaine got in on it. It's bad, but the voters should decide. I'm like, you really want to murder fantasy guy as the highest law enforcement officer here? Like, do you want to come out a little harder? And I think the issue here on a lot of this stuff is be reasonable in the response to the thing. Here, if I'm a Democrat, I'm like, no, I don't want to be around your murder fantasy weirdness. You are not a great candidate. I am, but you're not.
But there's nothing punitive that happens to them on the back end for doing that.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. The left has sort of surrendered any sort of moral anything a long time ago. That was not the jam. If you'll recall, it was, well, the conservatives, they're conserving the moral order. We have MTV. That was kind of the trade-off, right? And I think what my point is, I don't want to join them. I think having a sense of ethics, a sense of morality that's over and above my politics is really important, right?
But I also, I refuse to play the game that is set up by liberals for liberals to win.
Yeah, well, you're right to call out the your whataboutism, so you have to stop with your pointing out the truth.
And you and I were talking about this earlier that, so if you say Young Republicans Politico article, and I say, yeah, but you didn't do the same thing on the Jay Jones story, they go, oh, stop doing whataboutism. Me pointing out your hypocrisy is not whataboutism. It's pointing out your hypocrisy.
And I think I've thought about that since we talked about it earlier, and I think the right answer is I'm pointing out both as problematic behavior. You're not.
Right.
And then,
you're choosing.
So you are saying my team good, your team bad. And when you do that, it's bad. You can't do that. I'm saying this instance on my team, bad. They should not have done that.
Correct.
There need to be consequences. I'm also saying this murder fantasy stuff is really messed up. If you want to run that candidate, you go right ahead.
And what frustrates me when the media gets involved, a lot of them, hashtag never CNN and some of the other networks, they pretend to be neutral players in this. And on one side of it, they say, this young Republican story, is that bad? And they force you to answer, and you say, yes, it's bad, it's awful, it's horrible, and this should not happen. Well, should these people be in positions of power within this orbit? Of course not,
Right.
people say. They need to be fought. It's easy to say. But they don't do that on the other side. On the other side, they say, is this bad? And people say, yeah, it's bad. And if they bother to ask the question, should this person get out of the race? Should they be in a position of power? The Democrats don't answer that question, and they allow them just to walk.
Yeah. Well, my response to people that do that is you're using it as a moral justification. I'm not justifying the behavior of people on my team that act like knuckle-dragging idiots. But you are. So let's not. And then we're all going to be better off. As a Republican, though, who recognizes the importance of Virginia, I am not upset at all if you want to keep the murder fantasy guy as a candidate. I'm not going to argue with you. If that's your jam, that's who you want to be, go ahead.
Well, and we played the other day, we played the clip from Winsome Sears and Abigail Spanberger or whatever her name is, where she's looking at her saying, I mean, she says her, I mean, it's very brilliant. She says her name repeatedly, and she's looking directly at her. And this Abigail lady refuses to look at Winsome Sears, and she keeps saying, is this okay, Abigail? Is this all right with you, Abigail? And the other lady, I don't know Abigail Spanberger. I don't know what her I mean, I know she's a liberal Democrat, but whatever. But she comes off really badly.
Yeah. And
she comes off non-human.
It's really easy if you have any moral sense. When somebody does something that's wrong, you just, is this okay? No.
Of course it's not
That's
okay.
what you do. And then you say, it's not okay. I'm not going to substitute my judgment for that of the voters. Okay, fine. That's a fair answer.
Right. Or answer it this way. And I don't mean to give them tips on how to do this, but you look at them, you look at Winsome Sears and say, Winsome, I will answer your question. Of course it was wrong. Of course it's ridiculous. But I'm focused on my governor's race. I'm not here to tell anyone else what they are supposed to do. They have to figure that out on their own. But I trust the voters of Virginia to examine this on their own and figure it out for themselves and to vote accordingly.
And the demands, look, I'm an opinion columnist, right? I have opinions. But the idea that someone can demand you make moral statements about everything that happens on the planet, don't play the game.
And 8779 points out the issue that you and I have been talking about. What murder is fantasy? What did I miss? That's the point, is that the media won't cover certain aspects of the news, and they cover relentlessly other aspects of the news. The attorney, well, I'll tell you what, we'll explain it to you in just a moment. Cameron's with us. 2164 wants to tell you that he heard you loved 6-7.
I can't.
You know what? I would like to talk about this a little more, but 6-7.
That's not.
Am I using it right?
No, you're not.
Well, how do you know? You don't know what it means.
It doesn't mean anything, but your use is wrong.
6-7. Thank you, Ken Weaver. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Right after the real news at 5:30, we have Nincompoops in the news. It's a daily feature on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Very excited about that. I think I get to go first today.
You did not win yesterday.
I most certainly did. You can go back and look.
I think we let Cameron go first.
Why would you say that? You worried that I'm going to steal your story?
No, I just think Cameron deserves a win this week for what's going to happen on Saturday.
How long you been thinking about that, big boy?
Since I saw you earlier.
I can hear that process of going chugga, 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 chugga. Oh, thought. And go Vols. You know?
See, it's an attitude like that that makes me root for the Big Orange.
Hey, look, I had to deal with a year of
I'm
losing.
all in on the Big Orange, by the way.
I had to deal with a year of losing to Vandy. Okay? It does not get worse than that. Except for if maybe you're an LSU fan and you're an underdog to Vandy for the first time in ever.
Yeah.
So
is that a thing?
It is.
Wow. Scott has written in, and Scott is very concerned about something that we've discussed on the show today, and I don't blame him. I want to read to you Scott's message. If I had some tender music to play in the background, like some, you know what I mean, some like piano music in the background, I would be playing that soft piano music to make this as tender as. That's.
There you go. You asked for some tender, wholesome music.
It's not tender. And unless my ears deceive me, I don't think that's a piano. I think that's
that song that Georgia played at Neyland Stadium, right?
That's a banjo.
They didn't play it. They did not.
We did too.
That is fake news.
What do you mean? I was sitting there.
No, it was so Tennessee pumps their band throughout the stadium, and one of the giant speakers sits in front of the visiting band.
Oh, so that
was Tennessee's band.
Oh, so that was not our band playing Rocky Top after beating Tennessee.
It was
overtime.
Not.
Oh, huh.
Should have been.
On the record, everybody, I'm rooting for Tennessee this weekend.
Go Vols.
Because nobody likes Alabama, except for Cameron.
That's probably fair.
Scott writes in, Jeff. He's writing about Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff, the hermit crab.
Yeah.
What if Jeff has a family? And his baby crabs are wondering, where the hell's Jeff? His wife, having to go to work, now has to find a new home because you guys stole Jeff and their house.
Pretty sure that's not how that works. With
some homeless hermits.
Yeah. Well, Jeff got deported. Sorry.
Well, he didn't have no papers.
Yeah.
What did you buy for Jeff? I'm genuinely curious.
Ridiculous things that somebody who's like a crab enthusiast would get, which I didn't even know that was a thing. Because they're basically like spiders. Like, okay, whatever.
Right.
Not very emotional, not very cuddly. But the boys are like, we got to do this.
What do they eat?
Hermit crab food and blueberries and
I feel like
fruit.
you've just left this to your boys. You're the credit card in this situation.
That thing's gonna die.
We split it. Like that was my sort of, we'll do a matching program for Jeff. I'm still not super convinced Jeff didn't like retract out of fright and then die. Like I hadn't seen Jeff.
But y'all have seen Jeff once.
Cam, my oldest, saw Jeff. And allegedly Jeff has moved in the nighttime, but I'm not.
I think he's dead.
I think he might be right, Jackson.
I'm pretty sure that Jeff is deceased.
Yeah.
No more.
Deader than Alabama's playoff chances Sunday night.
He is an ex-hermit crab. I heard that, Jackson. It's past 31 after the hour. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. To answer your question from the super text line, TB, no, that is not me. And I don't really think that looks a lot like me. But I suppose thank you. It looks like a younger fellow than me. I got TB sending me a photograph of some fellow who's been arrested for some sort of football infraction. Arrest, which was made regarding online threats ahead of the BYU-Utah game. You know, when BYU and Utah get together, throw those record books out the window. Man.
I got a funny story about that game.
Talk to me, Ken.
Yeah, in Boise, the sports station there, when that game came around, they'd always have, some former members of the BYU and Utah football players, teams that would come on and talk about that game. And this one guy from BYU said every time they would tackle somebody from Utah, they'd get in their ear hole on the helmet and say, "Welcome to the fold, brother."
That's pretty good.
It cracked me up.
That's pretty awesome. Welcome to the fold, brother. That freaked me out.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, that's a little freaky, a little cultish going on. Hey, speaking of freaky and cultish, it's time for Nincompoops in the News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. I love it when you folks send me Nincompoops, and I wish that I would collect them and have them at the ready when we do Nincompoops in the News, but I don't. I get sent these things on various platforms. I don't know if you're getting it already. I don't know if you're getting it too, Cameron. You're only here once a week. But are you fellas getting Nincompoops? Do people send y'all Nincompoops? I get them.
I get them from time to time.
Yeah. And they send them to me on like Facebook Messenger and other places. And I'm like, I can't find them when the time comes. And I don't think about them until the time comes. And there I am, left to my own devices. All right. So we have a 4-way Nincompoop today. And according to young Jackson Williams, Cameron, you get to go first because, well, it's the only, what did you say? It's the only victory he's going to have this week?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Something.
Go Vols.
Yeah, right.
Gross.
Cameron?
Pinellas County Sheriff's Office said Jordan Cotto, 26, was arrested on a battery charge. The incident happened at Atlantis Gentlemen's Club in Largo on Saturday evening. Cotto, a former employee, went to the club to speak with the manager, according to the arrest affidavit. He got into an argument, grabbed a cheeseburger from his vehicle, and threw it from his vehicle.
Oh.
Really?
Just let him go. Just let him go.
Again,
just let him. Look,
again.
When
I'm not going to do it anymore.
These are National
I'm not going to play.
These are National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation rules. Remember when Snots was in the living room and he goes, when he gets going at you, Clark, best just let him finish.
Yeah, he just threw a cheeseburger. I'm done. Whatever. Fine.
I was going to let you go.
Thank you. It's fine.
You're welcome. I'm violating rule number 2 of Nincompoops in the News. Rule number 1 is don't do a story that somebody else has already done. Rule number 2 is when somebody dies, you probably shouldn't do that story. But I can't help myself because of the excuses being made by a man who's been now jailed for life after being found guilty of murdering his girlfriend in a hot tub in Shetland, England. Aaron Pearson, 41, stabbed a 24-year-old Claire Levesque to death at his mother's home. It's a sad story, but the reason that I present it in Nincompoops in the News was his excuse. The woman was stabbed 25 times. And while in court, the man maintained it was his official defense that she had killed herself after stabbing herself 25 separate times. Ms. Levesque, after being stabbed that amount of time, the couple who are both from they're from Canada. They're actually in Scotland now. The trial was told that Pearson's late mother, who died in May, had dialed 999 on the evening of the murder, and his defense was totally that he was not there at the time of the attack and that she did it to herself. That's my Nincompoop in the News. And I feel bad for bringing up the story. I apologize for not being better prepared.
Very sad.
I mean, I feel like I've brought the entire room down.
Yeah.
Go Vols. Boomer Sooner. Roll.
Don't say it.
I can't do it.
You can't bring yourself to say roll tide, can you?
No. Go Dogs.
That's fair.
Go ahead, Jackson.
Okay. Ken might want to plug your ears for this one.
And by the way, Jackson, this is why we don't do death stories. I see every time I try it, it's a huge downer.
Just fell flat. Ken,
I don't know what's trying to do.
How you doing back there?
Well, I'm doing okay right now, Brother Jackson. Lay it on me.
All right. Brent Venables in his press conference today on playing in the SEC and it being a one-possession league. Venables had this to say: "This isn't the old Big 12 days where Oklahoma destroys everybody every single week except one game of the year." This was quote tweeted by none other than the Big 12 Conference, with Coach Venables lost 8 conference games in his 2 seasons in the Big 12. Come on, man. Just trying to revise history like that?
Well, do something about the 16 conference championships we won in the Big 12.
That is fair, Ken, but...
Oh, it's more than fair.
Oh, no, it was quite something to watch back in the day.
No defense.
Didn't need it in the Big 12.
Why are you smack-talking Weaver? He's a friend.
Because he's next.
He's no, he's got this in the back. All Weaver has to do is naked dude walking down the street. He wins this.
No, I mean he's next on Tennessee's schedule.
Whoa. So wait,
Brother Jackson.
Tennessee Volunteer fans are going ahead. You're going to look beyond Bama?
I'm sandwiched by hate.
Man. Just looking ahead of Bama.
Don't worry about it. We don't have an offense.
I'm going to repair my mistake made in Nincompoops in the news.
You did throw me a dead fish there.
I did. I'm going to repair my mistake in just a moment. I've got something that I think will make it all better after Ken goes. Okay, Ken, go.
This one's not very good, but here we go. Virginia Beach police urging more victims to come forward after they arrested a man for multiple indecent exposures. Throughout August, Virginia Beach police received several reports of an adult man exposing himself around the Great Neck and Hilltop areas of the Sit. I don't know what that is. After an investigation, police identified 70-year-old Robert Mason of Virginia Beach as the suspect. He was arrested on September 13th, charged with 4 counts of indecent exposure, 4 counts of public, wrestling with himself, and 1 count of being illegally parked in a handicap space.
Wrestling with him.
The one-man tango.
Yeah, there we go. The part that gets me is he was also illegally parked.
Well, sometimes you got to go sometimes you got to take care of business. And
maybe it was
don't have enough time to find a space.
It's probably a busy spot. Anyway, he apparently frequented the same locations, but it took them a couple of weeks to find him. Well, they finally got him, and looks like justice is going to be served.
Well, hopefully justice is served. All right, real quick so I can salvage Nincompoops in the news. It's
You destroyed it today.
It was just a rough day today.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm out of sorts. I'm operating at about 30%. That's all I can tell you. It's no excuses. That's all I have for you. All I have is excuses. But I do have this. It is Tennessee-Alabama hate week. And I don't care who you root for. This is funny.
Man, I hate Tennessee because, first of all, it's Tennessee. And I just hate them because they low down, they dirty, they some snitches. And I hate Philip Farmer. I hate their colors. I'm not a dog person. I just hate Tennessee, man. And I hate Neyland Stadium. It looks like a garbage truck worker convention. And I hate all their quarterbacks. I hate Tennessee, man.
Describe what you feel about their colors, too. I thought that was interesting.
It reminds me, and it's not that orange that you can stand. See, I hate Tennessee more than I hate Auburn. I just dislike Auburn. I hate Tennessee. See, Tennessee's colors is that throw-up orange. It's not that orange that you can sit with. It's that puke inside of a pumpkin orange. And I don't like pumpkins. So I really don't like Tennessee, man. I can't stress that enough, man. And they losers. They sore losers because they're not Alabama, and I hate Tennessee, man.
It is so my favorite. There's a lot of great lines in that. That is an Alabama fan from back in 2007, 2008.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
It's a while back. Being interviewed about what his thoughts are on Tennessee. My favorite is when he's talking about it's like the inside the pumpkin orange, and he just decides to throw it. And I don't like pumpkins.
Right. I like it when he says it's that orange that doesn't sit well with you. Like,
Sits well with me.
I've never thought of that as a thing, a color not sitting well with me. But in that moment, I knew.
Neyland Stadium like a garbage truck workers convention.
He did that on purpose.
Man.
Oh, yeah, he did. He did it on Tuscaloosa's campus. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it's glorious.
And I love that he doesn't say he hates dogs. I'm not a dog person.
Right.
I hate Tennessee.
He must hate Dolly Parton, too.
Man, I hate Tennessee because, first of all, it's Tennessee.
First of all, it's Tennessee.
And
Secondly,
I just hate them because they low down.
See, they're low down.
That's fair.
They dirty.
Fair.
They some snitches.
A badge of honor.
And I hate Philip Farmer.
I've felt that at times.
I hate their colors.
Yeah?
Orange is the best color
I'm
in this
not a
great
dog
nation.
person.
You're a dog guy.
I just hate Tennessee, man. I hate Neyland Stadium. It looks like a garbage truck worker convention.
Gainfully employed, unlike Alabama fans.
And I hate all their quarterbacks. I hate Tennessee, man.
Describe what you feel about their colors, too. I thought that was
Yes,
It reminds me, and it's not that orange that you can stand. See, I hate Tennessee more than I hate Auburn. I just dislike Auburn. I hate Tennessee. See, Tennessee's colors is that throw up orange. It's not that orange that you can sit with.
It's not. I hadn't noticed that before. It's not that orange that you can sit with.
Right. You can't sit with it.
Better than that Franzia color y'all got.
It's like my grandma. It's a phrase that my grandma would say. I can't sit with it.
Did you know that the Tennessee Vols have not won a national championship this millennium?
I did.
Okay. Just
I
wanted to make
did.
that clear.
Who was the last SEC team to win a natty? That's how we play Nincompoops in the News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. There we go. There we go. I'm just throwing. Who's the SEC champion anyway right now?
I don't believe we've had that game this year.
I think so. I mean, everybody else leaving Georgia for dead. I'm just trying to remind people where we are. That's how we play Nincompoops in the News. 52 after the hour. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Get back to your calls. Get back to the news of the day right after this. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Matt Murphy, the Matt Murphy Radio Show. You know, it's odd that we've been 3 hours on the radio on this Wednesday, October 15 edition. It is payday for many people, and I suppose I don't know exactly how the government works its pay schedule, but I would think that it's the 15th and the end of every month, right?
Yeah,
I would think
that's
so.
the normal pay schedule.
So are there people that are not getting paid today within the federal government?
I think so because they were talking
believe that's
about
true.
that. Yeah, that
Air
this would be
traffic controllers are not.
Yeah, be the first paycheck missed. I'm gonna look it up.
Ken says air traffic controllers, no pay for them. So you would think that on a news talk program such as the Matt Murphy Radio Show, we pride ourselves of having our fingers on the pulse of the news that matters to you. And obviously Ken Weaver is the tip of that spear, and he's coming up in mere seconds. But you would think that we would have a more robust discussion about the government shutdown. But I don't think anybody cares. I mean, I understand that if you work for the government, I understand if you're a contractor for the government, and I understand if you have a family. I mean, I have family in the United States military.
Yeah, first federal paychecks were impacted as of October 10th, and then October 15th is the first time in history that members of all branches of the military miss a paycheck due to a government shutdown.
We've had a government shutdown that's over 30 days, though. How is that happening?
Because I think we passed the DOD approps bill. So you had a bill that covered everything else.
All right, I'm going to get to the bottom. We're going to get to the bottom of this right after Ken Weaver's news, and that's happening right now. Super Talk 99.7 WTN.